This is the ruff. It is a type of sandpiper, and at least this is what the female looks like, and what the male looks like, except when it doesn't. Females look like this year-round, and often the males look quite similar, if larger. However, when breeding season comes, it can get a little bit funky, because in breeding season, they do a molt and turn into these fabulous motherfuckers, which is where they get the name ruff from that big old fringe of feathers right around the head. Now this, as you may guess, is used in mating, for mating displays and for sexual selection. The fancier and more extravagant the ruff, the better the male is. However, not all males look like this. This would be what is called a territorial male. Territorial males are the typical ones you think of for sexual selection. They are flamboyant, they are loud, they are big. They will fight each other to get to a female to show that they are the biggest and the best. These territorial males will do anything they can to get the female's attention. They will fight off each other. They will be loud. They will show off their extravagant mating dance. However, they're not always successful because there are other males. Here we see two different ruff males, our regular territorial male and this guy with the right ruff, which is called a satellite male. These satellite males, which you may guess due to the name, they kind of just float around the edge. They hang out on the side. They don't do the elaborate mating displays. They don't fight each other. They just kind of hang out and wait for an opportunity. When they observe that there's a female that is looking ready to mate, she's like, ooh, that guy over there, I'm liking it. He will kind of do a little swoop in. May I have this dance? You look all nice and ready. Let's go for me instead of that macho douchebag over there. They're not as aggressive, they're not as flamboyant, they don't do the whole fight and dance, they just kind of wait and swoop in at the right moment and cock block the other dude. And then we also have the third type of male, the female mimic males. Now these guys operate very similarly to satellite males, however they are much less obvious about it. They don't grow any mating plumage, they don't have that fancy ruff or anything, and they look, for all intents and purposes, like a female ruff. Location change because my family members entered the living room. It's kinda windy. But female mimic males, they look like the females, and they do something that is called sneak mating. So this is kind of similar but distinct to what these satellite males do. These satellite males kind of wait on the fringes and they just kind of swoop in and be like, hey, you should go with me instead of the regular territorial male. Sneak mating, what the female mimic males do, is just what it sounds like, sneak mating. The female doesn't really know that this is happening. So the females will be ready. They will have chosen a male, whether it's a territorial or a satellite male. They'll have chosen a male and got into position and waited for the male to come to them. But the sneak male, in that time, in between the female getting into position and the other male coming in, will scoot in and go really fast with the female without her really knowing that it was a sneak male instead of the chosen male. So this is just another strategy adopted by those males that don't really have the advantage of the fancy ruffs and the mating dances and all that, but it is a way for them to be able to pass their genes on. All around, just a very interesting strategy employed by these weird-looking birds. 3 interesting strategies, actually.